Good evening, my name is John Carrillo, and I'm running for U.S. Congress. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. For over 40 years, I've been a working professional. This has included positions in management, technology, public relations, and school administration. This also includes 10 years working at the network level with NPR in Washington, D.C. One of the highlights of my tenure at NPR was receiving the prestigious Peabody Award for my work with Wynton Marsalis. Incidentally, there's been only one other person from El Paso who ever received that award, and that's Sam Donaldson. I am currently the Director of Development for KTEP, and I'm a lecturer for the UTEP Communication Department. In terms of my education, I have a bachelor's degree in mass communications and a master's degree in communication studies, both from UTEP. I believe that it's that combination of education and experience that would allow me to be successful as your next congressman.
Just quick, could y'all hear him in the back? Because he needs to get a little closer to the mic. Perfect, a little bit closer.
Three issues are of great importance to El Pasoans. Access to health care, immigration, including DACA, and education. Please rank, order your positions for those policies and why you have those positions.
I would definitely rank education first, and I'll tell you why. Education, for me, is a basic right. I believe that everybody should be able to receive a university education free of charge. DACA is extremely important to me. Having grown up here in El Paso on the border, I know that a lot of people come to the United States for merely a better way of life. We have 9,000 young people that are affected by DACA. As a country, we have to do better. As cliche as this may sound, it is indeed a country of immigrants. You had two other points. Healthcare. Let's face it, we need to have affordable health care. Obama, when he first created or pushed for the Affordable Care Act, he was taking into consideration minorities, the elderly, and the poor. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. As a country, we have to do better for everybody. Granted,
Mr. Carrillo, before you address your last minute, one thing I mentioned to the audience before you, just as you were coming in, you may not have heard it, is that you've never voted in El Paso County as far as we can find in the records. You may want to address that, and you may not, but I thought it would be fair for you to know that.
as a country, we have to do better for our citizens.
Two words. All right.
As you know, U.S. representatives need allies in Congress, and they must also know their foes. You rank education as the #1 policy presented. With whom of the congressional members might you ally, and how would you do this?
There's no one specifically that you should ally yourself, because you have to ally yourself with everybody. There are over 500 members of Congress who are all voting. To say that you're going to align yourself with any one person or group of persons would be doing a disservice to yourself and to your constituents. Right? Since I have a little bit more time, yes, you said that I hadn't voted. Yes, I have been voting in El Paso since my return from Washington, D.C. in 1998.
Just throw that in the records. Party put that out too.
On this sheet, I think that comes from the county, it shows that he voted Democrat in 2010 and 2012.
Okay. Good to know.
If you're tired of politics as usual, I am your candidate. If you support me, I will represent your views, including collaborating with local, state, and military officials to bring greater economic opportunities to El Paso. I will support legislation that will expand social services to those less fortunate. I will support legislation that will provide for the health care and retirement benefits of all Americans. This in particular differentiates me from the rest of the candidates. I want to safeguard the environment for future generations. Global warming is not a hoax, so science is real. Lastly, I want to educate Capitol Hill on the importance of border issues, such as free trade and open immigration. We do not need a wall. What El Paso needs is a leader, not a politician. I am that leader.